Hello viewers, and welcome to the penultimate round of the XRL Formula C Championship. And if we have a look at the drivers classification coming into round 13, we have Smithco at the top, who has a 9-point advantage over Geronimo. So it's going to be, as we found out last round, it's going to be a straight battle for the championship between those two. And we are in third place, and we are only 10 points ahead of Falpen in 4th place, so again it's going to be a straight fight for the 3rd place in the championship. And below Falpen we have GSY Davy, our teammate, and ER Kamikaze Bermejo. And if we have a look at the bottom half of the championship, we find Fat Penguin, Rubio, Maxime, and Scatter Golden Richard are retired. So this is round 13, and it's going to be from Snetterton 300. The forecast is for some rain, so it's going to be very tricky around the 13 turns on this track for 24 laps. So before we have a look at the race, we're going to have my lap from qualifying. So this is how the starting grid shaped up then for round 13. We've got GSY Davy, our teammate, on pole position, and Smithco there in 2nd place. We've got Falpen just behind us in the championship. He is in 3rd place, with Geronimo qualifying in 4th place. The top 5 drivers were split by half a second. We are in 5th place there. And then we've got Mr. Troiolo in 6th with Tom Eddy and ER Kamikaze 7th and 8th. And then the last 2 positions for 5th row on the grid was Maxime and Bird is the Word. So this is the race now, and as we look at myself getting a decent start up ahead, we've got Smithco spinning, and then Troiola hits him and goes into us, and there's just a lot of carnage going on at the start of this race. And now it looks like we've went off and Falpen's went off onto the grass as well, and that's Kamikaze ahead of us, and now Bird is the Word coming up our inside there, and it looks like he's into 3rd place. We're just filtering in behind him there. A pretty eventful start to this race. Once more, remember last race was pretty eventful as well at the start. Bud is the word running over the curb there, unsettling the stability of the car. So I do believe the running order is Falpen in first place, ER Kamikaze in second, we're in third place, then Bud is the word in fourth, and Mr. Troyal I think is in fifth place, excuse me, as we have a look at Falpen coming down the straight. It looks like he's pulling away from Kamikaze already. And as we switch over to my perspective now, we went into a spin and now we're trying to pull off the track and we've made contact.
You better come in. It looks like you sustained suspension damage, so we need to have a look at it.
I think that car was Bud is the word, and looking at this again, I think this is, I've got to take the blame for this, because we'll come back to it later. We've got my start for all, and you can see the action up ahead, and where it all kicks off, Smithco just spins, lucky not to tag Falpen, and Troyolo hits him and it forces himself into the barrier with nowhere to go, and that turn forces Troyolo to spin and hit another car, and he went off as well. And then coming out of the first corner, we run wide over the curb and onto the grass, following Falpen, and that's where Kamikaze, and then Bud is the word, sneaks through. And this is the replay of what happened. I went a little bit wide and onto the curb, and that just spun me coming back onto the track, and then we've tried to move right to get off the track and onto that grass, but maybe I should have just stopped completely and let all the cars go past. So yeah, I think I'll take the blame for that crash there. But as you can see at the start of lap 2 now, we have got a lot of the cars pitting after the first lap with damage, and as you can see we have got damage as well, but I wanted to give myself just one lap to see exactly how much this slowed me down, because initially straight after the crash I didn't feel any difference. But as we go on to lap 4, we've got Falpen in first place. You can see we're riding on board, and he has a little bit of a spin and onto the grass. That's a very tricky corner, the last corner, especially in the rain, and as you can see, not by Falpen but on my onboard camera, that majority of this lobby was running on dry tyres, just because they seem to be faster than the wet tyres. They might not offer the same amount of grip, but they are definitely faster for whatever reason. And as you can see now, Kamikaze is in first place. But coming into lap 8 now of 24, and Kamikaze just coming out that last corner where Falpen went off. Looked like he just got into a slight spin, but he did catch it. So as you can see, we're on a replay now with Kamikaze coming into that last corner, exactly the same as what happened to Falpen. Just when he turns in and he gets a little bit sideways, but he manages to keep it together, albeit he does lose the first place. And on that same lap we do pit with that damage, and we do lose a lot of time actually to the rest of the pack. So we are now running in 5th place. We've got Troyolo a long way ahead of us, and we skip a lot of the race. And as you can see, the rain has intensified a considerable amount, and this is lap 23, coming on to the last lap now, and Troyolo has had to pit because he does not have enough fuel to make the end of the race. So we've really been gifted 4th place there, because if he didn't have to pit to get some more fuel, then we would have had 5th place, and that wouldn't have been great for us in the championship, trying to keep that 3rd place with Falpen. So as you can see, we've got Smithco ahead of us in 3rd, and I do believe Falpen finished in 2nd place. So you'll see confirmation of the standings, but first we've got the race classification, and it's Geronimo who took the honours. And as you can see, Falpen, he came in 2nd place with Smithco in 3rd, and we finished in 4th. Mr. Troiolo was in 5th place with his teammate Maxime, 1 lap down. And this is the important bit now, the drivers' classification. Another position change at the top. It is Geronimo who takes over as leader of the championship, only 1 point ahead of Smithico. So it's going to be down to the last race, and likewise for the battle for 3rd with myself and Falpen, only 5 points apart now. So it's going to be a very interesting last race. And you can see the bottom half of the championship, no position changes really. So the next race of the XRL Formula C Championship is the final round, and that will be from Laguna Seca. So it's all to play for then, for 3rd place in that championship. And until then, yep, I'll see you later.